well this was a pleasant surprise. I only say that because I was pretty skeptical when I bought the game. It was only $2 used. Granted, the game was in really nice condition, and that's probably the actual reason why I bought it. But beyond that, spending $2 and getting a game that actually was worthwhile, now that's a win in my book. Of another particular note about the game, I noticed that it's by Capcom, and I was kind of surprised because I usually follow all of Capcom's games. They're one of my favorite franchises and companies to look out for. So seeing this one just for a few dollars, it kind of made me think like, this is a Capcom game, it's gotta be worthwhile, so I took the plunge, $2, what was I gonna do? Spyborgs isn't really what I thought it was going to be, but at the same time it's much better than what I thought it was going to be. I could tell from the back of the box that it's a side-scrolling brawler beat-em-up on the Wii, uses some motion controls, has some cool art styles, and is co-op. I mean, those are all really great things, but the price and the fact that it's a Capcom game that I had no idea what it was kind of made me think that it might be of poor quality, but man, I was wrong. Spyborgs, not the greatest game of all time, but pretty dang fun. Going beyond that, if you can find someone to actually play with you, the game is even better. Don't get me wrong, it's not going to be the new Final Fight in terms of, the epitome of what beat-em-ups are, but for the Wii, I was actually pretty surprised. The game looks really good, it handles well, the camera's not bad, and most of all, it was pretty fun. Up until now, all of the free play videos I've done have been games that I've had in my back catalog that I've always wanted to try, but Spyborgs is one that I just threw into the console and to see what would happen, and it actually worked out really well. This might be the first game in the series that I'm actually going to play through because I want to beat it. The RPG elements in the game make me want to play it even more. I want to see what the next ability I can unlock actually does, and I want to see how the combat evolves. I want to know what happens in the story, kind of. And I want to know just how fun the game can be. I want to unlock everything. So I think, for the most part, this game does what a good video game should do. It draws me in, makes me want to play even more.
Morning, sunshine. You've been out for a week.
What the hell happened?
Before we go much further, let me tell you a little bit about the game. So you play as one of 3 characters. They're all kind of archetypes and cliches. So there's the guy, the girl, and a robot. The guy is just kind of a regular guy in my mind. I guess he's part cyborg. I guess they all are. The girl's a ninja. She's probably the coolest one in the game. And then there's the big burly robot. For the most part, I played with the robot, and even though you don't have a second player, there's always someone else, so the computer AI would take over the third or the second person. So I usually play with the girl because she's kind of the good counterpart. She's fast and nimble, and that's really sweet. Anyways, it's just go from the left to the right of the screen, beat everybody up, get orbs, kind of like in the Devil May Cry series, level up all of your skills at the end of the level, rinse and repeat until you get to the very end. But I think the fluidity of the game is what really drew me in. It was fun, like I said before, but it wasn't like it was tedious. I could go as fast as I wanted to. I could slow down and break every box. And the game does this really neat thing where if you point Wii Remote on the screen and you find some hidden object, you can shake it to reveal where it is. So it kind of makes you actually use the motion control and the Wii controller and nunchuck at the same time in unison without making it feel cumbersome. So the game balances a lot of things, and I feel like this one just flew totally under the radar. Maybe it didn't come out at a good time, but man, for $2 used at a GameStop, I'm sure it's only a few bucks new, you really can't go wrong. As I said before, the game is more fun if you play with a friend, and it's not just because the AI isn't the greatest, but I think the game really excels when you play together, because you can incorporate these super moves that you can get by building up this orange energy meter, and then if you launch the move, you and your partner do some easy, simple Wii motion controls and do some cool, devastating combos, and I feel like that's the easiest way to beat the game. There are 4 difficulty levels to start out with, and they actually do get a bit more challenging. You need to actually incorporate blocking, attacking, and these special moves all at the same time. So I think if you want to have the best experience and really get the most out of your character and playthrough, you should probably play with somebody else. The game certainly does come with some drawbacks. I said the game wasn't tedious, but if you're not into the brawler where all you really do is just beat stuff up, then you're going to find the game to be kind of dull. There are moments where the motion controls and finding the hidden objects on the screen, it just seems like pointless and unnecessary, but they do give you good rewards, so the payoff is there. And lastly, I feel like the game doesn't really do anything massive with being a brawler. It's not like there's some cool feature that defines the game besides, I guess, you being a cyborg and you can, scan stuff. But it's not game-changing, it's not revolutionizing the genre, but if you're just looking for a cool brawler on the Wii, for that, it succeeds very, very well. If only all of my free plays could be like this, I would just have mountains and mountains of great games to play. So I'm not taking this for granted. I know I got kind of lucky, and I want you guys to know that too. Spyborgs, if you guys see it out there in good condition like I did too, man, this is a good buy for your Wii. And it should play on the Wii U too, looking for something to take up a weekend or with something to play with a friend. You cannot go wrong. I definitely recommend.
I'll head back to the control room. I can do more damage from there.
Watch yourself.
Take care of Bouncer for me.